What is going on, guys? Today we are taking a look at the TaoTronics BH22 wireless active noise canceling headphones. But if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to Plug and Play. My name is JDubb, and the goal of this video and of this channel is to help you guys make a better tech buying decision. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in and you want to see more reviews and other tech related videos just like this one, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any other videos. Now, without further ado, let's jump in to the review. So before we jump into the product tour of these headphones, I do want to say thank you to TaoTronics for sending me these headphones to do this review. And like usual, guys, I want to assure you that this is going to be a non-biased review. I'm not being paid to give this a positive or a negative review. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about these headphones, pros and cons, to help you guys make a better tech buying decision. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump in and let's take a look at the case. So right off the bat, when you pull the TaoTronics BH22s out of their box, you're presented with this nice little package and case, right? So you've got a nice, hard, protective outer shell, textured case. You got your TaoTronics logo on the top. They're a clamshell, so they open up and you're presented with everything. You're presented with everything that you get in the package. Up here in your little mesh pocket up here, you've got your micro USB cable and your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now, that is because these guys can also be a wired headset, which is pretty sweet. And we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Moving down to the bottom, you've got your headphones. They're all nice and folded up and well contained in here. And so let's pull these guys out and let's talk about, let's do a little tour of the headphones themselves. Folding them into this configuration here is how they fit into that kind of oval shaped case. And so they will both fold in. With that, you've also got a really nice swivel action here. So these guys are gonna have full range of motion on the swivel, which is great. And then you also have full 90-degree articulation of the ear pads themselves as well. So no matter how you want these guys to fit on your head, no matter which shape you have, whatever feels most comfortable for you, these guys will fit that, which is really, really nice. I like the fact that they will kind of adjust no matter how your head is angled, shaped, or whatever. These will fit on there very comfortably and very securely. So moving on up the headband here, you've got a nice adjustable headband like standard. You can hear it clicking. And that is going to be your different adjustments. It goes on both sides. You've got a nice metal reinforced band here. You can see the metal on both sides. So durability, longevity, wearing these a lot, especially when you're flexing them on and off. If you don't have that metal reinforcement, I've had other ones in the past that were almost entirely plastic, or they had a little bit of metal. This one's got a good amount of it. They tend to wear out and they break it. That's kind of a breaking point. I have a really big head, so I'm putting a lot of strain on these guys when I'm putting them on. I have to stretch them pretty wide. And so having that metal reinforced band is very important. So I'm glad that it is present on these budget headphones as well. So continuing up the rim here, that's where you get to the top cushion up here. So you've got a very, very soft, pliant, you got faux leather on the inside, right? So very, very nice faux leather, great leather texture, looks pretty natural. And then it's got a really, really soft foam pad. Now I wore these on a trip recently, and the foam that they use in these is very comfortable. It lasted a really long, it was very comfortable for long periods of time. So overall, the headband is very comfortable. The same thing goes with the ear cups. Now the ear cups are the same very, very soft foam. They're not like, it's not a memory foam. It's not a dense foam. It's not one of the, it's a very, very soft kind of a protein foam, not memory foam. So it's not going to form to your head or it goes back into its shape very, very quickly, but it is very soft. You can see if I squeeze these down, you can see how soft this is. I'm not squeezing very hard either. So comfort wise, when you put these guys on there, they fit over ear. They're very comfortable. They conform. I don't feel any tightness, and they have pretty good noise isolation. So even without them connected, no active noise canceling turned on, I can hear my voice right now, but it's very muffled. So the noise isolation, because of the foam on these guys, is pretty darn good. But overall, the big thing is comfort level, and I'm very happy with the comfort level. Now, color-wise, these guys are going to be the black. These are the black ones here. They're kind of a matte finish. They're not glossy, but then they're not matte. They're kind of just a plasticky look. They're not shiny, which is nice. So the fact that they're not glossy, they don't pick up fingerprints well, which is great. One of the big things, I have another pair of headphones that I use that are just really, really glossy black, and they just within minutes they look nasty. These are not a matte finish, but they're definitely not glossy, and so you get the smooth kind of black look, kind of a nice sheen on them, a nice little glossy because of the plastic, but they're just not not too glossy and not too gross. So they stay clean, and they just look nice and elegant. They don't look, you know, super low quality. They don't look budget. They look nice. They look elegant, and all around they just kind of feel good and they look good. So great design. Now, the cool thing is that, like, you know, as you would expect from a pair of wireless headphones, all of your controls are built onto these guys. Now, right off the bat, they've got microphones built in, so you can make your phone calls from here as well. And so phone calls, I'm just going to touch on this really quickly because I think it's important. Phone quality audio was great. I made a lot of phone calls while I was traveling. While I was on a business trip, I was making phone calls. Everybody could hear me very well. I could hear them very clearly. It's stereo sound when you're listening to your phone calls, so you can hear them just in there. You feel like you're having a great conversation. Microphones work really well. I had no problems. Even my wife, who complains if the audio isn't good, she said nothing. She had no complaints whatsoever. That's huge. I'm gonna put some weight on that. My wife gives a thumbs up for audio quality during phone calls. So that right there is gonna tell you these are pretty good quality, because man, can she complain when the audio quality isn't good. So yeah, she was pretty happy with that. So overall sound quality on phone calls was fantastic. On the buttons here, on the right ear cup, you've got your play, pause, and power button, which also acts as your answering and hanging up call button. You've got your skip tracks and all that kind of stuff. On the very bottom here, you've got your micro USB charger, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. On the left ear cup, you've got your active noise cancellation button, or actually it's a switch, it's not a button. This one is a switch, and I actually kind of like the switch better. I like having the feeling of knowing that when I flip this switch, active noise cancellation is on. So having that actual switch there, the little blue light comes on telling you that your active noise cancellation is actually on, which is really convenient. And along the bottom of the left ear cup, you also have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So if you want to use these guys as a wired pair of headphones, not use your battery, and just kind of do that works as well. So the other great thing that I was really pleased with too was the 30 hours of battery life. Now, I was able to get at least 25 hours of battery life. I listened to my music on these guys a little bit higher volume than normal because I do feel like they were slightly on the quiet side. So I was listening to them at almost maximum, which is going to decrease my overall battery life. But the 30 hours that they are kind of claiming that you would get from these, I can definitely see that. Flipping that active noise cancellation on there is awesome too. That helps you kind of just get rid of that background noise. Now, this is what I was probably this is one of the things I was most impressed with. Active noise cancellation is becoming a pretty big deal if you are a commuter, if you travel, if you're trying to, just have that feature. You want active noise cancellation to remove that that outside noise. I don't know, in comparison to a really, really high-end pair of headphones, which I have, these guys performed just as well. So active noise cancellation was fantastic. Riding on an airplane, I went from just, that engine noise, that constant, hearing people talk and chattering and things going around. I went to a really, really quiet state. Still could hear, a little bit of background noise, which you'll never get rid of all of it. I could hear voices a little bit and stuff like that. But when I was listening to my music with active noise cancellation, I definitely felt like I was in my own audio bubble. So active noise cancellation on these guys also works really, really well. You're saying, JDubb, what don't you like about these headphones? There's got to be something, right? And yeah, there are a couple things. I'm gonna tell you a few things that I don't particularly like about these headphones in particular. One is gonna be personal preference based, but it is, this is my review, so this is my personal preference. Micro USB. I'm getting to the point now, and in my tech snobbery, I'm getting to the point of being a USB-C kind of guy, right? So either wireless charging or USB-C. My phone's USB-C, my other headphones are USB-C, my wireless earbuds that I use are USB-C. My power bank is charged via USB-C, and so I just wanted that. I wanted that USB-C connectivity. I didn't want to have to carry a micro USB cable with me, but I did. And so again, it is kind of comes down to personal preference or where you're kind of at in that whole, technological realm. A lot of stuff is still coming out micro USB, but I really, really would have liked to see USB-C. The only other thing that I wasn't a big fan of on these guys is that the buttons on these guys are really clicky. Here, listen. Right? And so you're probably going, "What? I don't even know what that means. Buttons are supposed to click." Yeah, and that is true. Buttons are supposed to click, but these ones are very, very, very snappy, clicky. Some of the other stuff, you know, some of the other pieces of technology where it's kind of a cushioned button, right? And what I mean by that is when you push it, you can feel it pushing in, but you just don't get that audible clicking sound. And the reason why I didn't really like that is because when you're wearing these headphones and you're clicking, you know, skipping tracks, you know, doing whatever, you can hear it really, really well. It's a very loud sound in the headphone cup. And so while that's not ideal, it's not a deal breaker by any means. Very, very minor inconvenience, but I would say those two, USB-C and the clickiness of the buttons, I would say are probably the two only real negatives that I have with this headset. Outside of that, I think these are some amazing headphones. So at the end of the day, the question comes down to, do I think you should buy the TaoTronics BH22 active noise canceling wireless headphones? And the answer is yes. And why I say that is because if you are in the realm and you're looking for a budget pair of headphones, one, looking for wireless, two, and you're looking for active noise cancellation for 50 bucks, I'm not sure that you can do much better than the TaoTronics BH22s. Feature set, you know, with the great audio quality on phone calls, overall sound quality being great, solid battery life, comfort for long listening sessions, active noise cancellation. I just can't really find any reason why these wouldn't be a great recommendation. If somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I want to get a pair of wireless headphones for 50 bucks, I'm going to say TaoTronics BH22 are a solid pick. And so with that said, guys, at the time of making this video, they were right around 50 bucks on Amazon. I put a link down in the description below so you can head over there, check out the current price, read some more specs, check out the reviews. The reviews on these guys are really, really good. I think it's got 4.5 stars currently on Amazon. And so take that, as you will, take that with a grain of salt, but definitely read some of the reviews there. Again, links down in the description below. Hopefully that is helpful for you guys. Hopefully this review was able to kind of help you decide whether you want to make this purchase or not. But guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to know more, you want to ask anything else, please let me know down in the comment section below. But as usual, guys, that is it for me, and I will see you in the next video.